I would like to start my speech today by having everyone imagine a scenario as I describe it to you. Imagine you are a mother and you have just dropped off your children at school. You know that school is a safe place, so you don't worry. You go on about your day. Halfway through your day, you get a call from the school stating that there was a school shooting. Your heart drops out of your chest down to the floor as you worry and you wonder if your children were the victims of the shooting. You try and ask the school, but they tell you they can't tell you anything until the police finish their investigation. You are scared. You're scared to death. You're worried. Your heart is racing. Your mind is going 1,000 miles a minute, worrying if your kid was the victim of the shooting. Who would want to go through anything like that? Nobody would want to go through that. According to Everytown research, 19,000 kids and teens are victims of school shootings. They're either shot and killed or they're wounded. And that may not seem like much to you, but that is 19,000 kids, teens killed for no reason. For no reason. And it needs to change. Guns are now the #1 killer amongst kids and teens in the United States. We have surpassed driving and car accidents and deaths for them. How many of you would want to protect yourself, your family, your friends from anything like this happening? How would you feel if it was your cousin, your niece, or heck, your child that went through that? You wouldn't want that to happen. So let's make a stop. Let's put a stop to it. Let's change this. That's what I'll be talking about today. I'll be talking about gun violence, the significance it has on this country, how mental health plays a fact into it, and how we can change this. Let's dive into my first topic, which is going to be if we are better off without guns. That is a 50-50 yes or no. In some aspects, yes. In some aspects, no. Knowing how to properly use a gun is very useful. However, if you have any type of mental disorder and you are not led to better judgment, that could lead you to want to do something to harm somebody or yourself with that gun. There are a few speculations when it comes to gun violence and gun safety, like, oh, it's locked away, my children can't find it, we're good. You can't take away my Second Amendment rights. I know how to properly work a gun. You can know how to properly work a gun and still accidentally hurt somebody or not be in your right mind state and hurt somebody. Nobody wants to take away Second Amendment rights. Nobody wants to take that away. You can have your guns, but there need to be rules in place in order for people to get the gun in a proper way and a safe way and use it for its intent, which is protection, not to harm people. And just because your guns are locked away does not necessarily mean your kids can't find them. If they have the motive and they want to get that gun, they will get that gun. They will find a way to get the gun. According to Sandy Hook Promise, any child, an estimated 4.6 million children in a home where the gun is loaded and is not locked away. And many parents are very wrongful when it comes to their assumptions about their kids. They don't think that their kids will find the gun. They will find it if they want to. There should not be this many issues surrounding guns. Moving on to my second one, would children be safer with regulations? In my opinion, yes. I'm not saying take away your Second Amendment right. I'm not saying that at all. But have rules and regulations in place. Have mental health background checks. Check your mental health status. If you reach a certain score that would suggest that you're not mentally stable to have a gun, you cannot get a gun. Age restrictions. You have to be a certain age to get a gun. You need a concealed carry permit to carry a gun. In the state of Florida, the governor has just passed a law that says you do not have to have a concealed permit to carry a gun in the state. That is leaving the door open for more shootings and more casualties. We need those rules in place. You need a concealed permit to carry a gun. You need to have mental health background checks. Check them yearly, every 6 months. Make it to where people who need to have guns can have guns and people who don't have to have guns, they can't get guns. Which brings me to my last topic, mental health. Everybody in here has some type of mental health disorder, whether it's anxiety, depression, or bipolar disorder. And mental health is not the root cause of gun violence. It is not. However, it plays a factor into gun violence. Some of these shootings have been from people who have mental disorders and they can't take it anymore. So instead of just taking themselves out, they take out other people, or they have childhood trauma, emotions that are repressed for years to where something happens and it's like a spark. Boom, everything is ignited, they're pissed off, and they take it out on somebody else. If things are not put into place to properly take care of these actions, then these consequences are going to continue to happen. Parents need to step up a little bit. Check on your child. Make sure your child is okay. If they don't look okay, check on them. Take them somewhere to get the help they need. Keep things like guns out of the picture. Protect your child, protect yourself, and protect other people's children. And to recap, summarize, mental health is not the biggest issue when it comes to gun violence, but it does play a factor. There need to be rules and regulations in place to keep us and our children and everyone else around us safe. If you guys could please speak up. This needs to stop. Go to your senators, go to your governors, go to their events, protest in a nice, healthy, peaceful way. Get this to stop. If this does not stop, everyone will be affected by it. Everyone will die. Thank you.